Hello, everybody. My name is Juan Carlos Brando. Thank you for joining us today one more time with the attorney Margaret W. Wong, who is the immigration attorney that has over 40 years of experience, and she has helped thousands of families every single year, giving them the chance of having an immigration relief, giving them the chance to work under immigration cases. And of course, Ms. Wong has a good heart so that she can help people, but also she is really up to date with all the immigration situations that we can be facing right now. So thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for having us, and welcome to the show today. How are you doing?
I'm very good, Mr. Juan.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And well, today is September the 23rd, and we've heard a lot of things that are happening in the southern border, but also new orders. There's a fight between the administration, the DOG, the DHS. What do you think about all these arguments? I think it's just politics, right?
Yes, I think it's all politics because right now they have to say something because as of last week, the rumor is that the Senate refused to allow the budget bill to have all these immigration, um, uh, whatever, So we'll see what happens. Right now, I think they're all posturing, see who's winning, and to get the budget bill passed.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And we've heard maybe the comprehensive reform received an answer that is not very nice last week. But is this? Do you think this is going to happen?
Absolutely, it will happen. I mean, we waited through three or four presidents. At one time, the Republicans under Bush were recommending it, the Democrats were against it, and then Obama deported more than 3 million, 4 million people became deported in chief to compromise so the Republican would feel bad. It didn't happen. And of course, in Trump, it didn't happen. I think it will happen because Biden has been a politician his whole life. He will make sure it happens because we all know him somehow, somewhere.
Yes, and we just hope that everything is going to start working well for all the immigrants. And we started just receiving questions. This person says, I have my girlfriend. She's in a detention center in Calexico, California, and she has been there for 1 month. She called me yesterday and she has been waiting for the hearing for 3 days. She was taken to the place on Monday and then Tuesday and then Wednesday, and it didn't happen. She's hopeful that it's going to happen today. I'm giving my address since I have a work permit, but will that be a problem for me since they will ask for my tax returns and my address?
Absolutely no problem. Under Trump and under Obama, they would have and check you out, and maybe when you go pick them up or something, they may arrest you too, even though you have a work permit because you don't have a green card. Now they don't. They don't check you. They just need someone to sponsor the person. You did not tell me what country you're from. You also did not tell me why she was held within a month. My gut is she did not come with young children, so she was alone. The fact that she's already there for a month, it's good news because if not, they would have sent her back to Mexico to wait there. They don't even tell you you will get an appointment, just send you back. That was about 2 months ago. Now they're letting in people with families. So absolutely no problem with you. Please give it to him so she can maybe be safe.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And this question says, hello, I have to renew DACA this month. I moved 2 years ago, but I didn't know I had to change the address with them. Is it going to affect my case or how do I update?
Number one, do an AR-11 on USCIS.gov. Number two, file it as if nothing happened. You're okay. You will get the case approved. I don't know if you have parole. If you don't have parole, also file parole so it became a legal entry overstay with DACA. It will not affect your case.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And just reminding everybody that is joining us today, Ms. Wong has offices in 9 cities of the United States, and the phone number that you can call to set your appointment with Margaret W. Wong is 216 279 3984. 216 279 3984. The attorney Margaret Wong is traveling to Columbus every Friday. Some Mondays she is in Nashville, Tennessee, and she will be here in the city of Atlanta on October the 7th. She will be here. Is going to be on a Thursday, and you just need to call right now and ask them to set you an appointment to put you on the schedule for that day because the time is limited. So the phone number is 216 279 3984. 216 279 3984 is the phone number that you can call right now to get an answer from the immigration attorney. So, Ms. Wong, this next person is saying a lot of people are getting returned to their countries because of what's happening with people from Haiti. Um, is everybody getting returned or just people from Haiti?
It depends. For example, I just saw a case where he was deported twice. He had also a serious criminal record, and one of the original deportations because of the criminal record, he's from Mexico. So that person, if I were the government, would probably deport him because the first deportation is because of serious criminal records. Second deportation is reinstatement deportation. Also, he was federally indicted for illegal reentry, and he sat in jail for like maybe 2.5 months. Now it's the third time he came back illegally. So that case, I think he'll be deported. On removed, that's a new term. Anything before 97 is called deported. Anything after 97 is removed, but you can use interchangeable. On the other hand, if you no criminal record and if it's inland, so for example, I've been in America for 8 years. I have 2 children born here. I have a beautiful wife. She also have no status. If I have a ticket or if a DUI, nowadays most communities they got rid of the 287G, the secure community signature, so that case would not be deported. But sometimes DUI, if you hurt someone, because there are few types of DUI of loss of physical control, but most of these cases inland are not getting deported now. You have to go to court. I'm not saying you will never be deported, but they will give you a court case. And then there's Chavez. So if the NTA no date and time, you can terminate. If NTA no past date and time, you can also ask for prosecutorial discretion and stuff like that. At the border right now is tough. So my advice is, I know it's difficult. It's our dream to come to America. Maybe wait for a few more months until internally we are organized. Then we can do whatever we want.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this answer. And the phone number that you can call today is 216 279 3984. 216 279 3984 is the phone number. And of course, the attorney Margaret W. Wong will be traveling to some cities. Some Mondays she will be in Nashville, other days she will be in Atlanta, and also Columbus. She's going every single Friday to the city of Columbus, Ohio. So please give her a call. The phone number is 216 279 3984. 216 279 3984. And the cities that she has offices in are Atlanta, Cleveland, Chicago, Columbus, Memphis, Minneapolis, Nashville, New York, and Raleigh, North Carolina. And the phone number is 216 279 3984. 216 279 3984. Ms. Wong, the next question coming in is um, I would like to know if you can take cases in the state of Texas. I need to apply for a work permit. Thank you very much.
It's in the state of Texas.
Okay. And how can people get a work permit? I
There
think
are
it's very
few
much.
things there. If you go on the USCIS.gov, everything now is listed on the web. So it's not like in the olden days that we have to explain a lot. It's just like the MD, the doctor's web. Now we have tons of lawyers' web, and everything from USCIS is on there. If you look at the work permit, we have ways to get work permit. Like you can get a DACA work permit, and get an H-1B, TN. All those are work permits. If you file asylum, you can get a C8. It's good for 2 years. The first one is free. If you do 10-year cancellation, C10 is good for 1 year. If you file for green card, it's a 485 pending. The work permit is C9. There's a lot of ways you can get work permit. Depends on your case, depend on what relief you have, depends on, make sure all the blanks are filled in. Like if it's not applicable, you say NA. If the mailing address same as the home address, you say, don't say same, just repeat the 13871, whatever, so there are a lot of ways to get work permits. But on the other hand, if we came from, let's assume Mexico, I came undocumented, I've been here 15 years, I'm single, I have no children, those are harder cases to get work permit.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Wong. And some people have probably the misinformation. Oh, I mute myself. I'm so sorry, Ms. Wong. I mute myself. I thought I was muting the other microphone. Okay, so a lot of people are coming to the United States without the knowledge or with the misinformation that they can apply for a work permit or that they can just come here and get a job. But how bad is it for people to come here and start working? Is it bad or is it something that usually happens?
It's difficult. Years and years ago, everybody comes to America and start working undocumented. People just do it. Now and then, Reagan is the one who started what we call URCA, the new law. It's very old now. It says that employer can no longer hire undocumented aliens who doesn't have a work permit. So even the Social Security number, when I first came to America, you only have one type. Now there are three types: valid only with work employment, not valid for work employment, not valid for work, or the ones that we got once you get a green card or citizen, which is just your name and your social. So things have changed in the past 10, 15 years. It's always better to not work undocumented. When Obama and Bush, because they're Republican, Obama, Bush, because Obama is really a professor. He's really trying to push the Republicans to compromise with him. And of course that failed. And also Trump, they do a lot of checking. Like they'll suddenly run into a restaurant with 10 agents and they say, oh, you're hiring all this undocumented, or that's what we call a job raid. Or go to a manufacturing company, chicken farms. That's why all the meat prices are going up, because nowadays you couldn't really work with undocumented anymore. So and then H-1B came in, they reduced the number. And in my days, when we get H-1Bs, you can pay any wage, and there's unlimited quotas. Now you only have 65,000. So things are different now. But that's a very good question. What happened if you work undocumented? What's your consequences? There was a time they would do job raid, and then in the 90s and the year 2000s, they'll immediately deport you. They don't even want you to sign voluntary departure. You don't need a signature. They put you in jail, wait for the plane load to be filled, and pay for the plane and deport us. But now in the past few months, also because of the labor shortage, I haven't seen too much job rates. Job rates in Ohio are very, very bad because we have a lot of agricultural work. We have a lot of chicken farms, vegetable farms that we need people to work. So really, it's very sad. Families left. People who have filled out the wrong forms, they got federally indicted, which is worse because even though your immigration violation is not criminal, but once you get the U.S. Marshals, it became criminal. So a few years ago, Ohio went through some really bad time. But in the past few months, I haven't said that. If all being said, people are still coming here to work undocumented, and that's the world, because America is still the best country in the world. I would not trade America for anything, and I would never go back to Hong Kong. So,
Well, yeah, and I don't say that because I don't want Venezuelan people to think I'm bad or I'm mean. And well, a lot of people would say that I'm mean, but to be honest, if I want to go, it would be to visit, and I know right now I can't because it's dangerous. But um, I love this country and I love what I'm living here, uh, and because of many reasons, the chance that we have here to share with different nationalities, people from India, people from Peru, from Mexico, from the United States, from Europe, from Hong Kong, from China, from Vietnam, Philippines. I mean, it's just awesome. And yesterday I went to it in a restaurant, and the guy who took care of me was from Indonesia. So, and he was very nice. So this is a country that we really learn how to love. And the next question, Ms. Wong, and thank you so much, is K2 visa for PH to USA is possible?
does that mean Philippines? K2, yes. What's K1, K2, K3, K4? K1 is a fiance visa. K2 is the children of fiance visa. As long as you get the K2 signed, and Philippines does a lot of K1, K2. Uh, as long as you get the K2 signed before the 21-year-old. The problem is once they become 21, they could not enter America because K2 are limited for children under 21. K3 is people who already married the American, but only first you file the I-130, then once you get the receipt, you file the I-129F, and you come on a K3. But K4, you can only come, no, K3, you have to come under 18, K4, you can come under 21. So once you have a child who's 19 years old, I always advise people to come as K3 and K4, because if the child is under 21 when they enter, they can adjust with the new, but the relationship have to happen. It's complicated, but that's K2. So the answer is yes.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong,
Yes.
for this answer. Okay, so please give us a call. The phone number is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984, and the attorney Margaret W. Wong will be happy to help your immigration need. The next question is, in a cancellation of removal case, how can it help if my son was diagnosed recently with autism? We live here in the United States since 18 years ago, and we entered legally.
Okay, so you are lucky if your son have autism and he's over 21, you can still get a green card through him, even though we have an Ohio judge at one time asked. If the kid have Down syndrome, autism, does he know enough to file the I-130 for you? The answer is absolutely. When you file the I-130, as long as the relationship is there and it's not like a spouse not divorced or eligible, you could file the I-130. Some of these questions are, I mean, some of these judges, sure, I just don't know what they're thinking. So, but you're lucky because illegal entry overstays, son over 21, you can get a green card in the court. But if the son is under 21, absolutely tell the judge. And the chances of winning is extremely high. So make sure it's high function. We do a lot of autism cases, but make sure it's high functional, even high function UK. The one judge in Atlanta who really think autism is not that big a deal was promoted to BIA, and you know who you are. So even in Atlanta now, autism is a good case.
Six
Oh,
years
he's
old.
6 years old. Awesome. Absolutely. You have a very good case.
Thank you so much. So please, Monica, if you can call Ms. Wong, and she may help you in this immigration case, 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. And it depends as well, the state where you are at, it will be harder, or non-immigration case is easy. But we know how to fight, or Ms. Wong knows how to fight in some immigration cases depending on the state. And well, Ms. Wong, eh, each state has a different policy, right? They have different discretion.
Right. It should be the same because it's federal law. It's not like a divorce case or DUI case. Those are all states. But some judges are more, I shouldn't say liberal, but more have a heart, especially younger ones, the newer ones, because they didn't get brought up. And also the sad thing about US immigration, US law enforcement, US even district court judges, circuit court, they all came from law enforcement. So they see it very much from the enforcement side, and they don't see it as a humanitarian side. Because in the olden days, DOJ, immigration belonged to DOJ, which is the Department of Justice. So it's more justice. Is it just to allow this person to stay or deport, or is this criminal offense in the federal definition is more criminal than state or something like that? Now it's Homeland Security, and I don't blame them because the pathos and the mission of Homeland Security is terrorism. Never did I'm old, so I just don't understand why human beings are put together with cows and chickens and drugs in the same CBP. Because CBP in the olden days, they take care of people. In the olden days, immigration at the border is very different from CBP at the border. They don't take care of animals, they don't care of drugs, they only take care of humans, because human beings have a mind. But now CBP takes care. So especially in New York airport, I was just coming back about maybe because I did travel about 2-3 years ago. I see these people bringing in the live chicken, so funny. I mean, they didn't know, so they bring in all these oranges. Of course, CBP say no, no, no. But in the olden days, they go to another line. Those of us who travel a lot in the olden days, now it's all one line. So we're just like a dog and cat, a cow, and chicken and meat or whatever.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for sharing this. And yeah, that's very true. Thank you so much. The phone number is 216-279-3984, 216-279-3984. We have two interesting questions, Ms. Wong. I live in Canada, but my whole family is in the United States. They have businesses there. Can they hire me?
There are three ways you can come from Canada. If you want to come immediately, you don't need the H1. You can do a free trade if you have a degree. Only Mexico and Canada free trade. The other thing is if they own businesses, you can also invest in their businesses and do an E2. But when it comes to a perm green card, that means they can hire you and get your green card. The answer is no, because a perm green card the job offer has to be hands off. That means that it has to be non-family related. Actually, under the new law, which is not new anymore, it's about 10 years, they do ask you on the form, are you related? In the olden days, they don't ask you on the form, so you can say, I don't know. Now there's no more excuses. On the I-140 and the DS forms, they ask, are you related?
Thank you so much. So this is something that you need to be careful about, because some people may not know that this is something that could affect your case. And thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for clarifying this. This person is saying, I am gay, I am from Pakistan, I have DACA. Can I apply for asylum? I'd be killed if I go back.
Absolutely, yes, but you have to be careful because it could be a member of a special group. So you're a gay person from Pakistan that may be killed. It also depends when you came out. Are you visually? Some judges would look at it. If you look very normal, how do people know you're gay, especially you never came out? How do you meet your partners? So it's not just gay person from Pakistan, I'll be stoned to death. It has to be a lot. And also you have to get a member of a special group. So for example, you have your partner or the person you married is a Christian, you're Muslim. So these are things you have to look at totality of circumstances, but the harm has to have the connection, the nexus to the private act. So for example, my mother didn't like it. I'm gay, so she sort of disowned me. They have nothing to do with the inability of the country to protect you, or the private acts of private citizens is not a ground for asylum, because asylum has to be somehow more a public thing. So there's a lot of rules, and now asylum has become a big in years and years ago when I started practicing immigration law, asylum is just asylum. Now it's like, oh my gosh, it's you have to really look at PSG, and also make sure because America asylum doesn't mean they're protecting you. For example, I have a client in China who had a criminal case on corruption. So actually, he sat in jail for some time. Now wants to come to America because the wife is an American citizen. It doesn't mean oh because Communist Party accused me and is wrongfully accused, but you were convicted of a Chinese crime. You were in jail. So we have to combine, look at your criminal experience versus. So yes, superficially you do apply, but I won't just say I apply. And also, what's the end goal? Aside, you already have a work permit. The end goal is to give you uh, a green card. So if you lose, technically the judge may admin close the case if it doesn't look good, but why even bother and waste legal fee? You already have. I really think DACA kids will get. I know it doesn't look good, but I really think one day TPS DACA essential worker will get green card. So talk to a lawyer, write down your story. What's the harm? Were you ever abused before you came to America? And what happened the past few months to avoid? And also because you're legal, we didn't have to worry about, the 1 year rule, but we still need something just to file, not because, oh, I feel like I want to file asylum now.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Wong. And yeah, please, if you need more information, just give her a call. The phone number is 216-279-3984. 216-279-3984. This person says, last week a gang came to my house looking for my husband. They beat him up and cut his face. We called the police, but now we are scared. Can we get immigration relief? We are from Mexico, and we assume that a family member was the one who sent those bad guys because they think that we sent them the police in the past.
Okay, so it's a U visa case. So definitely, number one, get this police report. Make sure you are a victim and not a witness. Number one. Number two is, was there any guns? Was there any knives, or they just came and beat you up? And the number two thing is make sure you corroborate with police to pick up the bad guy or put them in jail or something. Number three, make sure there's harm. Harm means that psychologically I'm very traumatized, or physically I have to go to the hospital for 3 days. As long as these three criteria are met, you should qualify for U visa. The beauty about U visa now versus years ago is that Biden already said, as long as everything fits and you probably will be and should be approved, we'll give you a 4-year deferred action work permit. It's actually better. I was guessing it was a 2-year because most deferred action work permit under C14 used to be 2 years. Now they're giving C14 and C15 for 4 years, which is great. So definitely try to do it. It's serious because they beat him up. Oh, there's a knife because he cut his face. But make sure he's the victim, because sometimes the police may say, oh, you fell and they did not cut you, but because somehow you fell, you cut yourself or something, So make sure you are the victim.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Wong. And well, our time went by so fast today. A lot of questions coming in. So thank you so much, Ms. Wong, for this information. It's getting a little cold here in Atlanta already. Is it cold there in
Yes,
Cleveland
it's
already?
getting a little bit cold. Yes, but it's still beautiful in Cleveland. So if you have no place to go, come to Cleveland. We're always looking for population growth, and we have new mayors coming in. We have new Congress people coming in. Our senator is retiring, or quit because he's tired of the politics. So everything is doing very well in Ohio and in Cleveland.
Thank you so much, Ms. Wong, and see you next Wednesday.
Thank you,
Thank you
Mr.
so
Juan.
much.
Yeah.
And for everybody who has joined us today, please don't forget to give us a call. The phone number is 216-279-3984. 216-279-3984. Also, you can call Ms. Wong and make an appointment in your city. Atlanta, Chicago, Columbus, Cleveland, Memphis, Minneapolis, Nashville, New York, and Raleigh, North Carolina. And the phone number is 216-279-3984. Also, you can check more information in imwong.com. That's the website that you can visit, and you will see everything is up to date right there. So thank you so much for joining us today. Take care and see you next time.